Welcome, welcome. Tuesday, your weekly moment of inner alchemy. Things are feeling a little kind of off. The time change, cosmic worldly events, individual life perhaps might be feeling a little off kilter. Hi, Mom. But that's okay. This is why we come together. We come together to back into balance, back into harmony, back into alignment, because when we're in that place, then we kind of elevate the consciousnness and light wherever we go. You know, it's up to us to be that shining light when we go out into the world, or even just being home. You know, we have this radiant effect that ripples out infinitely. Right? So why not ripple out beauty and peace and harmony and love and joy? Of course, we are human. We have the human experience. We get to explore all different aspects of that, which is one of the beautiful things about being here. Yeah, you know, it could be challenging, but then when we learn to navigate life, it becomes a lot more enjoyable. We begin to relate to it in a different way. We no longer feel subject to it or victimized by it. We kind of access our power. It's an empowered state, really, of knowing that I am capable of bringing myself back into alignment at a moment's notice when need be. Okay, sometimes it takes a little bit more time to get there, but I know I'm capable of bringing myself back. No one took me out. Whatever was happening around me was just happening around me. It was my response to that led me to spiral out or go into this reactive pattern, you know, whatever it is, the way that we tend to react to life. But I am the only one responsible for how I feel. Nobody else can dictate that. Nobody else can dictate that for you either. Okay, so we can choose to respond to how life is meeting us. And when we do that, we'll actually witness life changing in response to us instead of us reacting to life itself. It's a really powerful place to be when you begin to occupy that part of yourself more and more and more. And so that's one of the things that happens when you cultivate these practices for yourself. You become the captain of your own ship again, no matter what's going on. And sometimes it can be really uncomfortable, but this is why we're here. We're here to learn how to shift that discomfort and restore that harmony and flow. You know, this is the mission of my work, is to harmonize the nature of oneself. And I just hosted a really, really beautiful sonic acupuncture session last Thursday. And I thank you so much for those of you who were there and who've already signed on for the replay. If you haven't, the replay is going to be available through Thursday, March 16th. And I do encourage you to do it. It's very different from what you experience from me here. This is a different forum and a different format. That is my my passion. I've been doing this work for over 22 years, you know, really helping people get out of pain. So that's where we come together. And when you step on the other side of that space and you enter into that sacred space of the sonic acupuncture session, this is where we really get to address what those blocks are and harmonizing them. And the results really blow my mind. I mean, everyone who's responded to me, their pain levels have reduced. They've accessed new states of calm. Someone told me that they were having dental pain, which I didn't know about, and a history of infection. The pain went away the next day. Someone else, back pain went down during the session. Back pain went down after the session. Someone who meditates all the time, she felt super calm. She's never been to that place of calm and stillness, and so she really enjoyed it. Last time people's pain was going away. So any kind of pain and discomfort that you're feeling, it's because that life force, infinite life force that is flowing through you, is getting backed up. How does it get backed up? Usually because of the stories we tell ourselves and the way that we're reacting and responding to that information, right? So and injuries, traumas, all of those things can karmic patterns and utero patterns, ancestral patterns. I can keep going, but you get the idea. These are the things that are going to stagnate that flow of energy. Your own emotions can do that. It's blocking that flow. Your digestion's going to be wonky. You're going to get headaches. You're going to possibly get into an accident when you're driving on the road because that life force is getting backed up. You're not able to assess and move with it as adeptly as you would if you were in balance with that. Okay, so this is where we come together and we do these kinds of journeys. Sonic acupuncture, we specifically work on these pain patterns. Financial patterns came up in the last one. So I've been hearing really wonderful things. So this replay is available to you until March 16th. So do take advantage of it. It's all sliding scale. It's open to everybody. It's part of the Double the Love Foundation's online community clinic. It's my nonprofit, and we are here to have a space for you to receive sonic and holistic care at an affordable rate. So you get to choose what you pay. And it's already been serving a lot of people who are in those financial situations that can't afford it yet are getting the care that they need. So do take advantage of that. Double the Love Foundation's online community clinic is also offering a relaxation session with Michaela Hauff from Berlin, Germany on March 25th. Those links to register, also sliding scale, are in the description. So if you feel this calling to you, click that and register and invite people that you know. The more people that we can support in the vibrational health, the better a world this will be, the better your world will be. Okay. And for those of you who are new to me, welcome. I'm 𝙒𝙩'𝙨. I am a licensed acupuncturist, sound healer, and clairvoyant. I have been helping people attain states of vibrational health and harmony for over 22 years now. I help you awaken the healing process of your body mind and the intelligence of who you are. And I love this work. I love playing with people's energy field. I'm not really playing with it. I'm just connecting with those areas that are stagnant, releasing that energy so it can flow again. And I do that through my vibrational tools. My clairvoyant abilities allow me to see. It was a wonderful experience. My clairvoyant abilities allow me to see where those blocks are, so you can get there much more quickly. You don't have to go through that health journey alone. You can have support. We can pinpoint that with accuracy and get you flowing again, right? We all are here to be living this life of harmony and freedom and peace and sovereignty and security, whatever it is that you're seeking, abundance, prosperity. Okay, that is how you're designed to live. And I want to help you do that. So let's dive into the drawings. Let's see what we have here today. What do the pens? And let me know where you're tuning in from, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Who's here today? Who is here today? Okay. It looks, what this is showing me, it's like things kind of strewn all over. It's like almost like garbage. It's like litter kind of thrown all over the pavement, all over the street. Old things. Spring's coming up, you guys. Spring cleaning is in the air, right? I don't know about you, but it's time for a detox. Spring is an ideal time to do that because you're working in harmony with the seasons. So I know I'm going to be doing one soon. You guys want to join me? Okay. These are things you've been holding on for far too long. And a lot of it isn't even yours. If you had one of those closets in your house and you're storing like things from your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your parents, your best friend, all of these things. Hey, Lisa, Maine. Nice to have you. Never been to Maine. this is kind of what this energy is about. You've been holding on to other people's garbage for far too long. Far too long. It's time to do a cleanse. Time to do a cleanse. But then it's like, oh, but what if I need it? What if I need it? I don't know what it's like to not have it. I always kept it just in case. That's taking up all this, really vital real estate in your own being. It's not yours. Just think of like how much more of you can occupy that space when you get rid of all these people and their things, their energies, their dramas, their stories, their patterns, their fears, their shoulds, all of these conditions that you've been holding on to. Here's the DNA pattern in here as well. So some of us, have even encoded ourselves with this ancestrally. But that's okay, because you are the one here that can shift that. They didn't have the awareness or the access or the knowledge, or, they were so in life at that time. They didn't have that ability necessarily to witness life from a different perspective. They were just immersed in that experience. Where we are now in space and time is we have the power, the access, the ability to connect with so many possibilities for us to shift these patterns for ourselves now. This is a time of empowerment. This is a time for empowerment. Okay? Because, it's like if you garden, you can't grow anything in that soil if that soil is, not healthy and nourished. So all these things that you've been holding on to are depleting the soil of your being. Okay? And it's time to nourish that soil. Really think about how you're nourishing yourself. What are you taking in? What are you taking in from water-wise? How clean is your water? What are you taking in food-wise? Read your ingredients. I remember, was it Michael Pollan that said, if it's, hasn't been around for more than 100 years, don't eat it. Okay? So let's get back to like the simple things. You're done with the stories, mine and others. Exactly. Because some stories are worth it. Okay? Some stories are really good. But if they're not serving you, we can do away with it. Okay, we want the stories that enliven us, that uplift us, that help us evolve. Everything helps us evolve, but let's let go of the things that we're holding on to for far too long. Oh, I'm seeing a baby here. Maybe this is about someone who is not able to let their children grow up. Or they're having a hard time with empty nest syndrome or something like that. That's kind of similar there. So we hold on into so many different ways, right? So let's just connect with that for a moment. There we go. Here's our drawing for today. It's kind of like you get to choose which side you want to be on here. Let me know what you see in the drawing in the comments. I always love what you share. Mom is like a master at deciphering these drawings. So if you ever aren't sure what you're seeing, ask her, besides the things that I get from it when I share these with you. But let's just feel what this holding on feels like in the body, because we're doing it all the time, whether or not we're aware. And then over time, that can cause physical issues, emotional issues, et cetera, et cetera. And there is an element specifically in Chinese medicine, the metal element, which is connected with the lung and large intestine, that's responsible for letting go. And so we really want to just imagine you're taking food in, and you want that to pass through your system without any blockages. Otherwise, we can have constipation, colitis, all these types of things going on with your digestive system, your intestines, and things like that. Or you could have experienced a loss and grief. Okay, so these are kind of the things that the lungs are dealing with. So letting go and grief, you can see how they kind of go hand in hand. It's typically associated with the season of fall, but we're talking about letting go. It's still present. So what can we release that we haven't released? These layers of places where we're holding on, the body's gripping at some level or another, and that tension is blocking that life force that needs to flow through there. Okay, so it's creating a block, the life force is flowing, and you have this restriction, and it's like, boom, that door is closed. It's going to try and make its way through, and it over time, if you've had something there long enough, it's like the that closet gets more full with other people's things, stories, traumas that you keep storing in that closet, you're not going to be able to walk through that door at all and get in there. Okay, everything's completely blocked. And I see this happen time and time again in my practice, even from surgeries is a really great example, right? So you've had this injury or surgery, and then 20 years later, you're dealing with a physical issue as a result of this surgery. Okay, so, you know, you might think you've moved on, but the body has not been able to kind of circumvent that energy anymore, and it starts to back up, creating these issues in your life. Okay, the drawing. I see the East Coast of the USA, lots of movement within and without, people rethinking how their lives are going and if change is needed now. I love it. Okay, so let's see how the body's doing. Let's see if we can find these places that are blocked and help unblock them. So wherever you are, just close your eyes. Excuse me. Just let the sounds kind of, excuse me. I'm talking about block. I have one in my throat. Let the sounds work their magic first. Just notice how the sounds begin to unlock and unwind your body. There you go. We're just paying attention to our body, because this is always giving us so much information. And it's also broadcasting information as well. But right now, we're just going to pay attention to what we're receiving. Sometimes when we're inundated by so much information, it can get overwhelming and cause a whole big kink in our system, right? We do our best, we really do, to cope with this. We're not just overwhelmed by the information of our thoughts, but of other people as well, of the collective. The information of the planets. Everything we're swimming in is information, and that's constantly bombarding you, right? But how that flows through you is going to determine your level of vibrational health. Yeah, someone just had a big shift right there. Nice. Okay, notice how the body's continuing to unwind just from the sounds. So this is a really beautiful way to begin to bring you back into a coherent state where your field is organized, so you're receiving without any blocks. There's nothing that block that. It begins to flow through you. Now we're just going to take that coherence to the next level. We're going to imagine there's a portal in the center of our chest. We're just going to allow that to open. Hola, Tiago. We're just going to allow that to open. And see if you can feel that information, that life force and vitality flowing through that center of your chest now. Allow yourself to receive that. There you go. And notice what happens to your body as you just sit in this beautiful receptive place. Notice what happens to the breath from here. Notice what happens to your thoughts in this place. Maybe there aren't as many, or they're a lot quieter. Allow that aperture, that opening in the center of your chest to open even more. See if you can receive more of that life force. Just invite it to open. There you go. Beautiful. Feel that shift that just happened in the body. What happened there? Notice that. There you go. This is a really good place for us to begin to listen to our bodies. We've quieted down the noise. And so from this place with your mind's eye, you're just going to do a gentle scan and just notice where it takes you. You're going to find these areas of constriction. You're talking about those blockages that are cordoning off your vital life force from moving. We want to just kind of restore that flow. We want to unpack that. We want to release it and let it go. So just notice where the tension is. Right now, I have like the inside of my right knee. It's actually talking. It wasn't talking to me before. So just let your body communicate with you. It might not be where you think it should be. The body is highly intelligent. It's going to tell you exactly where you need to go. Start to release these blocks, to restore your flow and harmony. To bring your body back into balance, your body-mind. Okay? So once you connect with that part of your body, just place your hand there. That's going to indicate to the body that you've heard it. It's going to say, okay, they heard me. We're present with each other. We're connected. So just gently lay your hand there and notice what happens when you make that connection with yourself and you're present with yourself. This alone begins to start the movement. Notice what happens. We're not trying to change anything. We're just listening with our hands, with our mind's eye, with our body, with our heart. We're feeling it. We're just sitting with it. We're just breathing with it. There we go. Beautiful. Now, sometimes you might feel emotion come up with that, and that's perfectly normal. Right? A lot of those are held back emotions that have been stored in the body, and we're beginning to release that. So let it move through. Let it move through. We're not trying to do anything here. We're just being with. We're just being with it. Be present with ourselves. There we go. And it'll pass. There it is. Maybe you know what the emotion is connected to. Maybe you don't. It's okay either way. We just want to be with it, the sensation, with the feeling. Beautiful. We're just going to stay with this a little bit longer until that movement. You'll feel when it's opened up a bit more. Usually with acupuncture, if I'm going to put in the needles, it takes several breaths for that chi to fully move through the channel. So we're kind of doing the same thing here, but we're using our hand as that connecting point with that area of the body. So we're just giving it some time. And if it's been around for a long time, it might take a little bit longer for that movement to occur. Whatever it is, it's completely fine. We're not making anything happen here. We're just inviting flow to occur. We're inviting it. We're opening up. We're receiving. And we're receiving ourselves in the form of vitality and life force, because that is what moves through us. And we're receiving more of that and letting go of the things that we have cut off ourselves from. We have cut ourselves off from this life force. We have cut ourselves off from ourselves. There we go. Beautiful. There's a big shift happening now. I'm loving how I'm tracking the chi moving through you. A little bit more. You have a tendency to want to get on to the next thing. And we might notice that, okay, I'm ready to move on. But let's kind of not react to that. Okay, that's the mind getting involved. That part of your body that's needing your attention has been wanting your attention for quite some time. And now you're available to have that conversation. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. You feel that? However you feel that for you, just connect with this big opening that happened right here. How does that feel for you in your body right now? Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to stay over the same area, but we're going to bring our awareness deep to where our hand is. Okay, so maybe we're connected with somewhere more on the surface of the body. Let's go in a little deeper. Let's just kind of gently make our way down until we hit another area of constriction or restriction or tension. Is there something underneath that? Yeah. Keep going, you'll feel it. You might even feel a resistance to going there, and that's okay too. That's okay too. Just notice it. It's asking you to connect with it. It's been there for a very long time. It's needing your presence and attention. There you go. Yeah. A little bit more. You'll feel it once you make that connection. Kind of over the target. You're over the surface of it. See if you can drop into that space underneath your hand just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. The body is inviting you in. You're being invited in to connect with yourself. There you go. Yay. Look how beautiful that is. Now just do the same thing. Just be present. Just feel it. Maybe you'll get a rush of information or a memory or a story, and that's beautiful. Just notice it. But stay connected and present with what you're feeling underneath your hand. We're not trying to change anything. We're just present with ourselves. Again, notice if there's that tendency to kind of pull away. It's like when someone goes to hug you and they're a hugger and you might not be a hugger, right? And you want to naturally, instinctively pull away, but they won't let you. And then you just kind of melt and surrender to that embrace, and a whole new experience happens. This is the same idea. You want to stay longer. There you go. Okay, now feel what's happening here in the body. This is a completely different sensation and movement and circulation that's occurring now. I'm just going to stay with that. The way that you know when it's complete, I'll give you one of the things that I do, is my hand is gently pushed off. It's like there's just kind of, my hand comes off my body naturally. There's no thought involved in this for me. It's just, I'm listening to my hand is listening to my body just like, okay, thank you. And then we separate, and it comes off the body. I'm not pulling it away. I'm not deciding it's time. It's just the full expression of this connection until that comes to completion. Right? We're giving ourselves the space to have this conversation with ourselves from beginning to end, not getting up in the middle because, oh, I've got to go take care of this now. Oh no. We're honoring ourselves in this process. We're honoring ourselves. Beautiful. Now I'm seeing what I want to see, which is everybody kind of lighting up this golden energy as it's going up through the spine, out through the crown, and back around. That's what I'm aiming for. Each time, every time I work with somebody individually or in a group, that's what I want to see. So notice how it feels here. Notice how your breath is now. Just bring your awareness back to your breath. Beautiful. Okay, dear ones, let me know in the comments how this journey was for you. What did you notice? What did you experience? What came up for you? What resonated? What aha did you have? Okay, and then I invite you to practice this as often as you need every day. Let's do it for the next week until we come together again next Tuesday. It's good to give yourself time diving in deeply into these different light work practices, to give yourself a chance to really, cultivate tools for yourself that you can use in the moment when you're having issues, not just when you're not having issues, okay? These become things that you can access at a moment's notice to get you back on course. They're never off course, but you help you navigate more effortlessly through life's currents. And things are going to get a little bit more rocky. If you've been reading my emails and my newsletter on LinkedIn, I share my messages with you weekly and monthly there. And so this is time. The universe is asking us every day for us to step into our power and embrace who we really are. It's time to let go of these old constructs and paradigms and beliefs. They're not yours. They're not yours. They're not yours. Get to know who you are and be that in the world. There's no one else like you. Be yourself. That's your power. It's in being yourself. Okay? And every time we come together, we access more of who we are each time. We create more health and harmony in the world, and we harmonize the nature of oneself. Okay, so let me know how this journey was for you, dear ones, and I hope to see you next Tuesday. And remember to register to access the Sonic Acupuncture replay. And or if you know anyone who might benefit from it, you don't have to be in pain to use these sessions. Okay, it's going to amplify and help you take that your balance, keep you grounded. It's a maintenance, modality as well. So you can use it for anything in your life. You don't have to be hurting in order for you to take these sessions. And then on March 25th, Michaela is going to be doing a relaxation session for you as well as part of our online community clinic and Double the Love Foundation. Thank you, dear ones. Blessings.